Hey everybody. Hey Rope, how are you? Welcome, welcome. So today we are unboxing a couple of things that I just received. One of them being this package here, and this is supposed to be a mini CNC router that I got from Banggood. And it's a very simple yet, I think, powerful machine. My idea is to use it to, mill a couple of wood pieces and hopefully do some plates as well, if the tolerance turns out to be good. So after I unbox it, I'm going to show you the video that I saw with the review of this machine and what basically triggered me to buy it. So you guys can have an idea of what it needs or what it can do. All right, let's go ahead and unbox it. It does take a little time to put together, that's why I'm not doing it today, but I may do it on stream at a later time. Hey Weeks, how are you? So I was just talking about this mini CNC machine that I got. And I'm gonna show you a video afterwards that's gonna give us an idea of what it can do. So I think it would be strong enough to like mill plates and, mill polycarbonate and, oh, so here we have it. So basically what we have here, besides the manual, which is better than I expected, because I saw another unboxing video where this was just plain paper with some instructions. They kind of improved it a little bit. Then you have those aluminum, I don't know the name of this thing, but it's pretty standard structure that you have for stuff like this. 3D printers, CNC stuff, they all come with those. So we have a couple of them here. We have the main axis, it already attached. Aluminum rails, I don't know either. So this is actually the Z axis where you attach your bits, and basically this is what does the milling. So there is a Z axis attached. This is not a Z axis. Or is it? I think it is. And then you have the spindle for the motor here. So this is all one piece. You have the aluminum rails, and at the bottom here, let me see if I can take it out so I can show you this. You have the actual bed. So basically you have two of those. This prints up to, I think, 340 by 200 or something like that. So there is a good size surface, so you can, I think most of the plates that you would want to do would fit here. You have 3D printed parts for the, I forgot how it's called, but you have 3D parts, and I'm gonna open it to show you. You have those, oh my god, the name completely slipped my mind. The bearings. So you have bearings where you put the things, the parts where the axis slide. So you have a couple of those 3D printed parts here with bearings. So this is where you insert the axis drivers, in lack of a better name. And this is what supports, so you put this in between the flat surface and the part that stands up, right? So this is kind of another support. So those are all 3D printed, as is this holder for the motor. You have two extra motors for the X and Y axis. We have here all the bolts and the joints that we need to put it together. We have a PCB cable, USB cable, sorry. More nuts and bolts for assembly. This is the connector that goes from the main board to the motors. More bolts. There is an acrylic plate where you basically put the main controller on. And then you have the cable itself that attached to the power for this one. And, oh wait, this is not for power. This is for power. I actually don't know what this one is. So I'll figure it out. That I didn't remember seeing that on the build video that I did. And then of course you have the main board, which has, if I'm not mistaken, 3. Hey, Fifi, how are you? You have 3 motor drivers here. So those are little ICs that are responsible for a single of those motors here. And this is the main PCB where you have a Arduino clone here as the controller, and then the PCB itself, and up to 4 motor connectors, but I think we are only going to use 3 of them. And the nice thing about this kit is that you can actually upgrade it. So if you look, let me take it out so you guys can see. The nice thing about this kit is if you buy one piece to put here and replace it, you can also do laser engraving. I just learned about that recently. So here there is a switch. Yes, and I think, Wix, you will see the video that I'm going to show you, and they do a lot of milling on polycarbonate and acrylic, and it's for the sizes we need, like for plates and such, they are more than strong enough to do that. I'm going to show you the video in a second, and I think you'll understand it better. So, hey, RPH, how are you? Welcome, welcome. So I was just finishing unboxing this, and I want to show you guys a video. So let me see if I can bring it up so we can watch it together. Okay, let me lower. Okay. I think this is gonna be a good enough size for you guys to see it. Let's see here. Here we go. So I'm gonna pause the music real quick, and then let me show you what this is able to do.
Modified to invert the pin signals for the x-axis and z-axis. This is accomplished by sending $3 equals 5 from the constant step size can be chosen.
So this is the first test that this guy is doing, and he's basically milling some
the x and y axis is normally on the bottom left. And once this position is found, then the 0xy button is selected. To zero the z-axis, the down button is used to just touch the bit onto the surface of the material.
Let me fast forward a little bit. So he talks about the tool set that you should use to engrave versus mill and whatnot.
So
and then he's going to proceed to an engraving on a
finally generating the G, Y, and Z coordinates zeroed.
My only fear is that this is probably going to be noisy as hell.
The G-code file is opened.
So we'll see about that.
And it's sent to the CNC by pressing send.
Gerbil control kind of program. Let's see if I can skip. So here you can see where it's milling the wooden part. The working area, if I'm not mistaken, is 340 millimeters by 160 or 200 height. So more than enough, like for small cases, if you want to try that, and more than enough for plates, I think. I actually bought one sheet of 1.5 millimeter polycarbonate and 2 sheets of acrylic on the same width to try it out, but I first need to assemble it and then play with, cheaper materials first. I want to play with some MDF before playing with the acrylic and
some of the other things that I've tried are cutting 9mm plywood
and the polycarbonate.
This was with tabs to keep the square in place.
Milling some more wood, and then here you see this is, I forgot the name of this plastic, but it's basically one of those meat cutter kind of things, boards, and he milled it and created this box out of that.
Cutting 6mm thick
and
acrylic
here is milling
sheet.
some acrylic. And this is a very thick acrylic. I think this is like 20-something millimeters. So he creates this.
Also
thing.
milling up double control.
He did a PCB as well.
To help with A5 and ground on the controller. He
explains how to do bad detections if you want to do something on a more irregular surface. So you could potentially mill PCBs with that method, with this thing as well. So that's what he's doing here.
The PCB is then milled.
Shows how to create a probe for the bed level. And yeah, so he's doing this very basic
with excess
PCB.
axial play. The bits centered accurately.
And
to
he
help
also
with this,
said, you know what, you should buy this thing, which is called a collet or something like that. So you're sure using this that your bit is always centered where it should be. And also it's easier to change bits if you have to. So I bought this thing earlier. I bought it here in Brazil. And also bought a kit of bits to play with as well.
Original brass collet with a 5mm ER11A holder and spring collet, which is much easier to use, and I would say is an essential upgrade.
So I'm probably going to make this mod.
The last thing that I tried was to mill a small face plate out of 1.2.
And now here's the final thing where he mills actually mills aluminium, and that got me impressed.
This process was quite slow.
Of course, this is a thin.
But I'm surprised how well the panel has turned out.
I think it's 1.5 or 2 millimeters, but
to build.
That's all we need for plates,
right? It does have the potential to be a useful tool for some light-duty tasks.
But anyways, this is the general idea behind this guy. This is why I bought it. It was kind of cheap. If you think about CNC routers, it was like $210 or so. So I'm pretty hopeful that this will yield. Yeah, I think it can. I think that's the potential we have with this, is to create cool plates in-house, right? And I don't know if you caught that, but you can actually super cheap. So it's just to get my feet wet on this world, right? That I know nothing about, and also to, as I was saying, you can replace the motor by a admittedly weak laser, but you can also use laser with this machine, which is pretty nice if you think about it. If you think about the price, right? So when I build this, I'm probably gonna stream it, but that's not gonna happen soon because I'm traveling actually Friday, and I'm gonna be away for maybe a month or so. So you can expect that to happen, a month